online education, state level online lecture, standard 9th. Let me introduce myself. I am Padmini Narkar teacher. I'm teaching English subject in Chembur Naka MPS school. Our topic for today is very important. Whenever you answer your English paper, your 80 marks written paper, the writing skills that when we write a paper, the question number 6, which is very important and where you can score full marks. This is the topic that we are going to cover today. So let's begin today. A very good morning, a fresh morning for you all with a fresh topic. So let's begin. Question number 6A, non-verbal to verbal. In this question number 6A1, we have either non-verbal to verbal, and question number 6A2, it is verbal to non-verbal. Information transfer. Now, what do we mean by information transfer? The information that has been given in the paper, you need to transfer it. Either we have to do it verbal to non-verbal. That means they have given you a paragraph in verbal form and you have to transfer it to a non-verbal form. A non-verbal form may be a paragraph will be given in which title is compulsory. You have to find important points from the paragraph to convert it into either a tree diagram, a graph or pie chart, either table, flow chart, do's or don'ts. Okay, or anything else may come, but mostly the topics covered for you is a tree diagram, a graph, either a pie chart, tables, flow chart, do's or don'ts. Now see, the table chart will look somewhat like this. I have uh, taken a photograph of some table chart, a tree diagram, and even a flow chart for your knowledge. Now the marking scheme for this topic for verbal to non-verbal is the title, which you will score 1 mark, which is very important. If you're covering all points, you will score 2 marks. The appropriate layout or the graphic, that means whether it is a tree diagram, or the table or the graph, the pie chart, this will give you the proper graphic, which you'll score 1 mark. And the overall presentation will give you 1 mark. So total 5 marks, which is very important. And you can actually score full 5 marks if you select this topic, this question, verbal to non-verbal, A1. Now, how does it go? Now, I will just cover one question for you. I'll read it to you and I'll explain how to do this. Now, question. Read the following information and present it in the tree diagram given below. Give a suitable title to it. As I told you, title is very important, which is going to score you 1 mark. Now here they have specified you have to present it in a tree diagram. I will read the question for you. Rocks are not all the same. The 3 main types or classes of rocks, they are sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous. Sedimentary rocks are formed from particles of sand, shells, pebbles, and other fragments of material. Generally, sedimentary rock is fairly soft and may break apart or crumble easily. It is usually the only type that contains fossils. Examples of this rock type include conglomerate and limestone. Now, this is the information they have given about the sedimentary rock. Metamorphic rocks are formed under the surface of the earth from the change that occurs due to intense heat and pressure. The rocks that result from these processes often have ribbon-like layers and may have shiny crystals formed by minerals growing slowly over time on their surface. Examples of this rock type include gneiss and marble. Now this was for the metamorphic rock. Next is igneous. Igneous rocks are formed when magma cools and hardens. Sometimes the magma cools inside the earth and other times it erupts onto the surface from volcanoes. When lava cools very quickly, no crystals form and the rocks look shiny and glass-like. Sometimes gas bubbles are trapped in the rock during the cooling process, leaving tiny holes and spaces in the rock. Examples of this rock type include basalt and obsidian. Now, this is the information that they have provided, the verbal information. We have to convert this, we have to transform this into non-verbal. And they have mentioned specially that this non-verbal thing will be a tree diagram. And the first thing that we have been told is give a suitable title. So remember, children, you have to give a suitable title. Now, this is the answer. This is the 5 marks, how you will score. This is how you need to write it in your English paper. The title, which is very important. When we read the passage, we come to know that there is information about the rocks, the types of rocks. So the easiest title that comes in front of us is types of rocks. Remember, children, don't make any spelling mistakes while answering this question. I hope you have understood till now. Now let's continue. Now see, they have told us a tree diagram. So the first box which appears, the rectangular shape, you have to mention types of rocks. Then they have told us the types, how they are formed, and the examples. See, when we read the passage clearly, we need to understand. If you want, you can underline the important points with pencil so that it becomes easier for you to do the tree diagram. Now, in the types of rocks, they had told us there were 3 types of rocks. One is sedimentary, next is metamorphic, and the third one was igneous. So we need to write it in the tree diagram. After that, how they are formed. So the sedimentary rock, below that, you need to make a arrow, and below that, you need to make a box in which you write particles of sand, shells, pebbles, and other fragments of material. Now, from where did we get this information? It is there in your question paper. You don't have to study anything for this. Okay, so you only need to read it clearly and you will get all the information, all the spellings, everything in the question paper. Okay, now next is the metamorphic rock. How is it formed? It is formed under the surface of the earth from the change that occurs due to intense heat and pressure. Even this information we have got from the question paper, the passage that was provided to us. After that, the igneous rock. How is this formed? Formed when magma cools and hardens. So this was the second information. Now third is the examples. Examples of sedimentary rock is conglomerate and limestone. Now this information we got from the passage. Next is the type of metamorphic rock. In this, the example is gneiss and marble. And in the example of igneous rock, we have basalt and obsidian. Okay, so see, this was very easy, and this answer is going to give you 5 marks. You're going to score 5 marks in this. You're writing 80 marks paper in this writing skills. If you answer this question number 6 very clearly, if you read the passage, you underline the important points, and if you draw the proper structure, this question will fetch you 5 marks, and it's really very important. Okay, now let's move on. Now, next information transfer is non-verbal to verbal. You have an option. Either you select verbal to non-verbal or non-verbal to verbal. Now, let's see how to do this. Now, they have given us a table over here. Okay, the information will be provided, either there will be a pie chart which is given to you, or a table, or a tree diagram. And now what you have to do is you have to transform this information to verbal form. They have given you the non-verbal form in the question. Okay, so again over here, the most important thing is you need to read the question properly. So here you have visited a tourist place. You liked it very much. Use the points given in the table and write a paragraph. This is your question. Now the points are given, the information is given. Now what are the points that they have given? The place. Place is Kolhapur. How to get there? By bus or by train. Where to stay? Dharamshala or hotels. Place of tourist interest, Rajwada, Rankaya Lake, Mahalakshmi Temple. Other places close by is Panhaya, Jyotiba. Things for buy, chappals and ornaments. Best months to visit, November, December. Now this is the information they have provided. This is the non-verbal information in the table format. We need to transfer this to verbal. That means we need to write a paragraph. And as I told you, children, the first important thing while doing this question is the title. So you need to write the title. Now this is the answer, which is going to fetch you 5 marks. Now, seeing the information that they have provided, we come to know that this is information about a tourist place. So the title I have given over here is Tourist Place Kolhapur. Now, other information that we have to write paragraph on, everything is mentioned in the points. Only thing you need to elaborate this question. Okay. So how do we elaborate? We need to see the points that they have given. We need to write it in proper grammatical form without making any mistakes. Okay. Without making any spelling mistakes. So I'll show you how to write. Now, the answer that I have prepared for this, the title is Tourist Place Kolhapur. Kolhapur in Maharashtra is in Maharashtra. It is one of the tourist centers in Maharashtra. It is very famous for the Mahalakshmi temple. We can go there by bus or train. We can stay in Dharamshala or hotels. Tourists visit Rajwada, Rankaya Lake, Mahalakshmi temple, Panhaya and Jyotiba are other close by places. Now see all this information, I don't have to by heart. I get this information from the question paper. The points were mentioned and I just need to elaborate the points. Okay. See that you don't make any spelling mistakes. Otherwise you can lose marks in this. Now more information that they have provided is there are some famous articles to buy. They are chappals and ornaments. Best months to visit the tourist place are November and December. Many people visit this place as holy place because of Mahalakshmi temple. It has got historical importance. Panhaya and Jyotiba are at the top of the mountain. Many people visit Jyotiba temple on foot. It is one of the best market places also. Kolhapuri chappals are very famous in Maharashtra. Now, all this information, as I told you, you need to read the question paper properly and get this information from the points and elaborate the points. Okay. So we have got all this information from the question paper itself. We don't have to by heart anything, only neat handwriting and correct spellings. And please don't make any grammatical mistakes. Okay. So this was the uh, question number 6, A1. Now let's move on to question number 6B. In this, we have either we have to draft a speech or we have a next question, which is view, counter view. Now let us see how to draft a speech. But before drafting a speech, we should know what is the meaning of speech. Okay. Nowadays, we know that we give speech. Okay. We stand in front of the audience and we have to give the speech. But because we are writing an exam paper, we have to either write a speech or we have to prepare a speech. Okay. So now what is speech? What is a speech? A speech is expressing one's ideas on a certain topic orally or verbally. Understood? So these are our own ideas which we need to express in front of the audience. Okay. So how do we score marks in this topic, that is speech writing or drafting a speech? Now the marking scheme for this is appropriate beginning and conclusion. This will give you 1 mark. Use of given points, addition of new points, and appropriate use of language. This is very important. Here you can score 2 marks. Proper sequence of thoughts and flow of language. This will give you 1 mark. and use of appropriate grammatical structure. This will give you 1 mark. So the total marks for this question again is 5 marks, which is very important. Okay. So now let's learn how to draft a speech. Now these are some guidelines for drafting a speech. Speech is written to express views on a specific topic in public. Now, whenever you are giving a speech, you are in front of different people, audience. Okay. And here, the given topic will be given to you, and you need to express your views on that. What do you understand from that? Or what do you want to say on that given topic? Next thing is present tense is usually used while writing a speech. Because you are live in front of the audience, you have to give the speech in present tense. Speech is divided into 3 paragraphs. Whenever you're giving a speech or whenever you're drafting a speech, it is in 3 paragraphs. Introduction will be your first paragraph, which is short. Okay, you don't have to give a very big introduction of yourself. Second is very important, the main body. That is your paragraph number 2. And last is your conclusion, how you end the speech. This is also comparatively very short. Now let's see how to draft a speech. Now, introduction, you have to greet the audience. You have to introduce yourself. You have to introduce the topic. And very important, as I told you, the title, the name of the topic, like on what you're going to speak, that is very important. So when you're writing your paper, in your exam paper, you need to write the topic first, like on what is the topic that you're going to speak on in the speech, or you're going to write the speech. Okay. Now, the next is for introduction, how will you start? If you are in school, like if a topic given to you that you are in your school and giving some speech, so it will be like respected principal, teachers, and my dear friends. I am so and so studying in so and so standard. I'm delighted to have this golden opportunity of expressing my views on the topic given. You know that this is a very important subject to all of us. Okay, so this is just a brief idea that I'm giving you all how to introduce when a speech, when a question about drafting a speech comes to you in the exam. Okay, because you're students, so mostly the topic given will be related to something your school or some special occasions that we celebrate in school. Okay, so this was the introduction. Next is the main body, the body of the speech. You need to define the topic that has been given to you. First thing is you should know some points to talk about it. For these students, if you want to gain knowledge, reading is very important. What you have to do is, you have to search some important topics. Just go through your last few years question papers and just go through the topics that have come in the exam, and please study these topics because you should have some idea while drafting a speech. Okay, so that if you need to define the topic, you need to talk something about the topic like the reasons, the causes and effects, and you should sound very confident while giving a speech, or when you are writing the speech. The words that you write should really be very just a moment. Okay, let's continue. Then you have to ask relative you have to give relative examples. You need to ask questions, explain your topic in detail, and explain it in 80 to 100 words. Okay, because This question is giving you 5 marks, and the topic and the different reasons and effects that you will be writing, but it should not exceed, because you have a specific time limit to write your paper. So please see that you maintain the words of around 80 to 100 words. Then the concluding, that is the ending part, will be conclude the topic in 1 or 2 lines. Then you need to thank the audience. And it's like, thank you everyone for being patient listeners and all. And that would be the concluding part. Okay. So let's see one speech. You are going to participate in an inter-school elocution competition arranged by your school. Write a speech on books are our real friends with the help of the following points. Hope I'm audible to you all. The points that have been given to you all: real friends, treasures of knowledge, personality development, increase delivering speech ability and confidence, and leadership. Now, these are the points which are given in the question paper itself, and you need to talk on these points. Okay, this is helpful for you while writing the speech. Now, let's see how to write the speech. As I told you, the topic is important. You need to write the topic first. So books are our real friends, and we get the name of the topic from the question itself, because they've already mentioned this. Children, please be very careful while writing, while drafting the speech, because what happens is children don't read the topic clearly, and they go on writing something else, and the topic which is given is something different. So please be careful while reading the topic. Now here the topic is, you are giving a speech, but the topic given to you is books are our real friends. So here you need to talk about books and how they guide us and how they are important in our life. Okay. So now, as I told you, the starting of the speech, Honorable Chairperson, respected headmaster, teachers, and my dear friends. This is the beginning of your speech when you're drafting the speech. As I told you, you need to introduce yourself. So I am dash dash, or whatever name you should you are comfortable with, studying in dash standard. Today I'm going to speak about books are our real friends. As I told you in the beginning, you need to mention what topic you're going to talk about. Then we know that there are many friends, but real friends are very few. Do you know books are our real friends? As I told you, when you are giving a speech, when you're drafting a speech, you should also ask questions in between, because you are live in front of the audience. So as I told you, you are going to give the speech in present tense because you are in front of the audience. You need to ask, you should make the speech very interesting. Audience should feel that, they are a part of your speech. Then simply because books guide us like the pole star, they are better than human friends. Human friends may be selfish, but the books are selfless. They are the treasures of knowledge. Now, this line, this point we got from the points that they have given us. They are helpful in developing our personality. They inspire us to do great things in life. Books increase our delivering speech ability. They also increase our confidence. They provide us information about the historical events. They guide all the readers in the same way. That means books are not partial. They are actually our real friends. Say they guide whether he is a small boy or a celebrity person or a common man. If you have your friendship with the books, they guide you in the same way. Books develop leadership qualities. Books make us knowledgeable. They give us lot of information and entertain us. Okay, all these points, what happens is, when you are writing, when you're drafting a speech, and the points that are given to you in the topic, you need to read them properly. You should think about it for a moment, and then you can draft it in your speech, you can write it in your speech. And when you're writing your exam paper, see that you write it neatly. Don't do canceling work or untidy work in the paper. Because what happens is when the examiner is checking your paper and if he sees untidy work, then your marks can be deducted. Write a very neat paper, see that you gather all the points. And that's the reason I told you, like, just go through some papers, some last few years papers, and you will get an idea about the topics mostly uh, which have already come in the paper, and try to collect points so that when you're writing the speech, it won't be difficult for you to gather the points. Okay. Friends, it is rightly said that a friend in need is a friend indeed. True friend shares not only our happiness, but our sorrow also. He stands by us in sun and shower. Now, see, as in your English subject, teachers teach you different proverbs, different phrases. Okay. Now, here is the time where you need to make the use of these phrases. Whenever you're drafting a speech or if you're writing a paragraph or something, when you write some catchy proverbs, phrases, that creates an impression on the examiner. And all these things will fetch you good marks. In this sense, I say that books are our real friends. Thank you. As I told you, you have to give a proper closing also for your speech. You can also mention in this, thank you for being patient listeners, and then you can end your speech. Okay. So this we have today covered about the speech writing. I hope you understood how to write the speech. Okay. We have covered different points about speech writing. If you want, we can go through again how to draft a speech so that it will be helpful to you all. As I've told you, first thing is your introduction. Okay. Then in your introduction, you need to greet the audience, you need to introduce yourself, and you need to introduce the topic. Okay. Then next, I have told you how to introduce. You have to mention who you are. Then you need to mention the name of the topic also. Okay. And then you need to the main body of the speech, in which you the points that have been given for you in the question paper, that has to be covered. So whenever you are drafting a speech, see that you cover all the points that has been mentioned, and the limit of your words of the speech should be in 80 to 100 words. Don't prepare a lengthy speech, don't keep on writing. Okay. Because there are other questions also to be covered in the question paper. So see that you are speaking or you're writing to the topic. Just don't keep on elaborating and making a long speech, because the examiner will not give you any extra marks for writing some extra this. See that you write it to the point. Don't write something extra. Okay. And as I told you, the ending, the concluding part also is important in your speech. It is going to fetch you marks. So the concluding part should be not very long, either 2 3 lines, and you need to first thank the audience for being patient listeners, and then you can end the speech. So this was about the speech writing. Question number 6b, that is B1. Now let's move to the next question. This is again a choice for you. Either you have to select speech writing, or B2 is view counter view. Now, many children are confused between this topic, the view counter. Now, what is view and what is counter view? View means writing in favor of a given topic. Okay, that means you are in favor. You have advantages. Okay. And what is a counter view? Writing against the given topic. That is the counter view. Like whatever topic is given, if in the question they have given a right counter view, that means you have to write against that topic. Okay. So children, please understand, before selecting a topic. Now if you are selecting view counter view, again this is 5 marks. Okay, which is very important. If you select, if you start only wrong, then you will lose marks. So please be careful while selecting, and please read the topic very clearly. Okay. Now we know every coins has two sides, heads and tails. Similarly, many social, political, educational, and economic issues have different perspectives that are opposites. Okay. Now view and counter view, this question, it comes mostly on some social topic, on some political or educational issues. okay, in which you have its advantages and the disadvantages. So that is the reason this topic is view and counter. So if you're writing for the topic, that will be your view. And if you're writing against the topic, it will be your counter view. Okay. Now, what are the rules? Understand the topic properly. Read the question twice. See, here they have mentioned. Okay. Again, they're telling you, please read the question properly. Think about different perspectives. Now, when you read the topic, you have to think about different points, like what you can cover in this. Next is present your ideas logically. Then choose the appropriate vocabulary. Write points in paragraph format in approximate 110 to 120 words or around 18 to 20 lines. Do not be aggressive. Sometimes what happens is this is like a debate, like maybe, you are in favor of the topic, but you have to write something against the topic also. And so whenever you're talking against the topic, see that you are not aggressive. Write proper words, choose proper words while writing the points in this view and counter view, especially the counter view, because in the counter view you have tried many negative points about that topic. So see that you're not aggressive. Add an appropriate title. This is very important because your title is going to fetch you 1 mark. So even there are the children who are not able to write properly, but if you write the topic, the name of the title properly, you will get 1 mark for this question. And each and every mark is very important in your English paper. Your paper is of 80 marks, and the question that we are covering right now is for 5 marks. Okay. Question number 6 complete is total 10 marks, in which this view counter view is for 5 marks. And see that you write the topic. Even in any this question, the topic is very important. Okay, specify if the passage is a view or a counter view. Now what happens is, uh, if you read the question, in that it is mentioned that write your view about the topic, or it is mentioned write the counter view. So you need to be specific whether you're writing the view or you're writing the counter view. Okay. So now let's see. Now this is a question for the topic. Prepare a paragraph with an appropriate title to be used for the counter view section on the following topic. Okay. Now see here, they have mentioned in the question that you have to write the counter view. That means you are against the topic. You are speaking against the topic. Okay. Now, maybe the topic which is given to you, you like the topic, but the question given to you is that you are going to write the counter view. That means you have to talk about the negative things, the disadvantages of the topic. Okay. Now let's see what the question is. Study says homework does not help students score better grades. Now this is the topic. Now, if you had to write the view, it means homework is still a key part of the educational system. This is the view. This is the positive thing. But what they have told you is you have to write the counter view. And the counter view means homework should be banned. Okay. Now there are many children who will be on the counter view side. Okay, because they don't want homework. But now again, let's see what we can write about this topic, the counter view. I hope you have understood the question, because understanding the question in this question, that is the view counter view part, is very important. Okay. What the question says is, study says homework does not help students score better grades. Okay. And we are on the counter view side. Okay. That means we are going to write about the negatives. Now let's see. Homework causes stress for students as well as parents. It is extremely demanding, and many students are spending endless hours after school to complete their assignments. Consequently, family time is put on the back burner due to time constraints of homework. Additionally, any extracurricular activities are also put on hold. It should be banned because the negative effects outweigh the benefits that come from homework. Students struggle with homework for various reasons, some of which are because they do not understand the assigned homework or they are not being challenged. Overall, homework is a waste of time. Eliminating homework allows students the reward of free time and the invaluable time spent with family. So, homework should be banned. Now, see, this is the counter view that we have written about homework. That means the negative. Okay. Why? Because in the topic they have mentioned that we have to write the counter. Okay. Now see here, the negative things have been highlighted here with red, so that but remember children, you don't have to write anything in red pen or anything in the question paper, in your answer paper. Okay. See that you don't write anything in the question paper as well, and nor in the answer paper. Only the important points you need to underline with the pencil, just for when you're writing the paper, it is helpful to you. Okay. Now see here, the this question, as I've told you, it should not be too big while writing, because again it's 5 marks question and you have to see that all the points are covered. So you have to make it short and sweet, not too big, not too small. Okay. So here about homework, as they had told you, let's go back to the topic. They have told you, like, you have to prepare a paragraph with the appropriate title to be used for the counter view section on the following topic. So the main thing is you have to write the title first while writing this answer. You can write the title counter view on homework should be banned. That is the topic. Okay. So you have to mention counter view, homework should be banned. This is your first part. That is the title. And then you have to start writing the uh, counter view. Okay. Now in this case, if they had told you write your views, okay, if you were to write the views, then you had to write view, and homework is still a key part of the educational system. Now here, if you were writing the view, you had to write all the positive things, like how homework is useful, how it is going to help the students in their future, in their career. You had to write the positive points. Okay. But since in the topic they had mentioned you had to write the counter view, so we had to write about the negative things about the homework. Okay. So this was the counter view part. We have finished with the question number 6, which consists of 10 marks. Okay. If you want, we can revise the different uh, topics that we have covered today. First thing is important thing was the speech. Okay. In speech, the different points that you need to write, it is very important. You need to follow the different guidelines. Okay. So that you can score good marks, like you can even score full 5 marks. Remember the marking scheme for the speech. Your beginning is very important, your introduction is very important. You need to write the title and the name of the topic on what you're going to speak. That is also very important. Okay. So today we have covered question number 6, A1, A2, which is non-verbal to verbal and verbal to non-verbal. And in that you had a choice about either you can go in for verbal, that is they have given you a paragraph and you had to convert it into a tree diagram or a graph or a pie chart, the table or a flow chart or do's or don'ts. Okay. But again, children, see that you read the question properly. What is the question? Whether they have asked you to prepare a pie diagram or they have asked you to prepare a table, that is very important, because sometimes children don't read the question clearly, and what happens is they end up doing a mess. Okay. And they lose the marks. Now in this, that is verbal to non-verbal, it is very easy. You can score full 5 marks. Don't forget to write the title. That is very important. Okay. Title is important, which is going to give you 1 mark, and all the information is given in the paragraph. You just need to read clearly, mark the important points and jot it down in the format that they have asked you. Okay. I've already showed you how a table chart looks, the tree diagram, the flow chart. Okay. Mostly the question asked is the table chart or the tree diagram. Okay. So but again, as I told you, please go through the last 3-4 years paper, at least 3-4 papers, board papers, and just see the questions that have come, and try to go through the questions, which will be helpful for you to score the marks. Now we have covered with these topics. Is there anything that the students want to ask? Any doubts regarding this question? You are free to ask right now. Children, do you have any doubt in this question? Question number 6. Anything which you have not understood? Hello, Madhuri ma'am.
Hello.
Yeah, I've finished with the
Hello.
topic, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Shall I leave the meeting?
No, ma'am. You can leave. Hello.
Hello. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. You can leave.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, Madhuri, ma'am. Hello, Madhuri, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, are you ready? Hello.
We
Hello.
we can start in 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so students take a break for 5 minutes and be back with book and pen, right?
Hello. Hello.